Never actually looked back here behind the seat. Check it out. We got Diet Mountain Lightning, Tulsa Stockyards hat, don't know what that hat is. Pliers, that's nice. And some juice bottles. Check it out. Jack that matches the interior. Classy. Fire extinguisher. Chainsaw sharpening file guide. Some speakers. Oil filter box. Nice. All kind of goodies back here. All right. Well, I'm gonna get all this cleaned up. Check it. Tap cons, chainsaw guide, couple of sockets, ear tag cutter, Torx bit, a needle, brand new, still in the package, grinding disc, a switch. How many positions is this? Ooh, 3-position switch. Oil filter number, that's handy, and $1.82. This truck's paying for itself already. Alrighty, time to do some just regular maintenance here on the flatbed. It took me a little while to get insurance on it. Turns out it was harder than I thought. I figured I'd just add it to my personal policy that my Chevy's on. But apparently, if you buy a truck that was shipped without a bed or with a flatbed, then they consider it a commercial vehicle. I had to set up a whole nother commercial profile in order to put insurance on the dang thing. So anyway, I still just barely got the insurance, so I still don't have a tags on it yet, so I can't even drive it around much. But so I haven't driven it a whole lot since I got it, just because it's not street legal yet. But anyway, we're going to go through and change all of the fluids. I think I'm just going to dump everything. Coolant, transmission, diffs, transfer case, engine oil, of course, everything. So just go through it all. And then my back brakes are squeaking a little bit, so I need to pull them off of there and see what's going on. I may need to do a brake job on it. So anyway, I think we'll start with the engine oil. So let's crawl under there and see what that's going to take. Alrighty. Takes a 5/8 for the oil pan plug here. Now, anytime you're changing oil on anything, you'll want to warm it up first. So I just drove it around a little bit. Plug's stiff. Do my best to catch this oil here. Well, it looks bad. Oh. There we go. Take 6 quarts. Remember, this is the Triton V10. So it takes 6 quarts of 10W30. Might be 5W30, I don't remember. I've already got it bought though.
We'll find a filter wrench. Sometimes you can get them off by hand, though. Nope. Let's see what I got. Couldn't find my filter wrench. This is just a belt. Put it on there. I'll give you something to pull on. It's just normal belt I was wearing on my pants. That works. Well, you do that. You put it so it's, you know, through itself, and then you pull backwards on it, and that causes it to kind of bite and lock. It's the same way a strap wrench works, just without a handle to pull on. But you can still get a little bit better leverage grabbing hold of it, pulling on it out here, versus just trying to grab that filter with your hands. Nice trick, works in a pinch. Always make sure your gasket comes off with the filter. Sometimes they get stuck on the bottom of the block there. If you double gasket it, it will not seal, and all your brand new oil will be all over the ground as soon as you fire it up. So don't make that mistake. So you always want to clean this up. Make sure you get a nice good seal. I wish I had a little bit cleaner rag, but all right. Cool. All right, let's go back up to the top real quick and look at the new filter. Alrighty. So this filter is a Wix 5137-2 and 5W30 engine oil. Get my pants back on here. Okay. So set on that old one. Make sure that you get the old gasket off of there, and then you can debate this if it's necessary on a truck, just a habit I got into. So you should always fill the filter up full of oil. So if you think about it, that oil pump, the first thing that picks up, right, is the oil out of this filter. So you don't want to have a pocket of air in there, not be feeding oil to your bearings right when you first start it. So fill her up. I'll let that sit for a second, make sure it's nice and full.
then also want to put a little bit of oil on that gasket. And then these oil bottles, the neck, the pour spout's usually offset. Some of them even have a picture or something on there. But if you pour it with the spout up on top, it'll keep it from like glugging out of there. It'll make it pour a little bit smoother. Most people do that upside down. It looks like you would want to pour it this way, but if you go the other way, it'll keep it from glugging out of there on you. That's pretty well got it. I still see some bubbles coming out. It's still taking a little bit, so anyway, I'm gonna finish filling this up and we'll get it put back on. Alrighty, here we go. Careful not to spill it. Now you want this on there firm, but just hand tight. Don't put a wrench on these. That's good right there. The oil flows through these in a way that will tighten it, and then that little bit of oil and the heat that you put on the gasket, or the oil that you put on there, and then the heat from the engine, it'll make that gasket swell up, and that'll seal just fine. So it ain't going nowhere. Alrighty, another thing that I always do, and I forgot to mention it earlier, and again, not really sure how necessary it is, but I always take the filler cap off before I drain oil. I just think it makes it drain better. And I wish I had a funnel. But this will work. You guys are kind of right my way. Okay, that makes 5, and I just remembered a minute ago I left the last quart in my truck, so I got to walk back to the house and get it real quick. Sit that on there for now, just make sure no dirt or anything falls in there. I'll be right back and I'll go get that last quart of oil. I started to say that you don't need to over tighten this either. This one's kind of cool. It's got a like a ratcheting thing in there, so you can't over tighten it. So, all right, I'll just check it real quick, and then we'll fire it up, and then let it run for just a minute. We'll check it again, make sure it's good. There you have it. Perfect. Sweet. Alrighty, right mileage count. We'll be back in 2000 to do it again. Well, this is kind of throwing me for a loop. So this would be your check. So I'll still check these real quick, I guess, and make sure they're got the right amount of oil in them. But I was expecting a train plug on the bottom down here, and there's definitely not one anywhere. So I guess you just got to take the whole cover off the back. I don't know. I don't have the stuff to make a new gasket for it, so I guess we'll have to wait on that. And the front's the same way. I already looked at it. Oh, I guess we'll do the diffs later. Just check the back axle. It's good. The back diff. Back takes a 1/2 inch. This one takes a 3/8. Thank you, Ford, for making me use all my tools. I don't even have a 3/8 drive ratchet out here with me. I guess we'll do that later too. Alrighty, so this transmission here, train plug.
I'm pretty sure that's the fill plug there. So interestingly though, even though it's a manual transmission, it still takes automatic transmission fluid, ATF, Marcon ATF, which is pretty thin. If it were gear oil, you could probably, you know, stick it in there and squirt it off in there. I don't think I have a way to fill this back up though if I drain it. So I'm gonna get some hose or like some tubing or something maybe I can run in here, and then maybe run up through the engine up there somewhere with a funnel on the end of it, and then I can refill it. So we're gonna hold off on this. And then the transfer case here, it's kind of the same way. I think I'll be able to get to it just with the funnel, but it takes Allen wrenches to get those plugs out. I don't have any on hand right now, so I guess we'll do that later as well. So I guess the last thing I can get done today is the coolant change. So I got to go back up to the house where I have water. So I guess let's go up there and we'll change the coolant. Now, ethylene glycol is toxic to animals, so you know, you don't want to let anything drink it. Honestly, I'm probably just going to dump it in the ditch, but I'm going to catch it in this bucket just because I want to see if any like chunks or stuff comes out. So there's a petcock under here. Draining it right there. Open that up. Looks like that would just come all the way off. I'm gonna leave it on there though so it drains into the bucket here. That's all there is to that. And then I was thinking about just taking this off, but we'll just do it like this. Drain it, so that'll just take a few minutes. We got to drain and fill it back up. 50-50 ethylene glycol and water. So coolant's probably not something that you think about changing very often, but the ethylene glycol has rust inhibitors in it, which break down over time, and so then your freeze plugs can rust out if it gets bad. And I don't know about this engine in particular, but a lot of engines have freeze plugs on like underneath the bell housing. So if those start leaking, then you start leaking coolant onto your clutch. In this case, you can't see it, you can't get to it. You got to pull the whole transmission off just to get to it. So easier just to go ahead and swap it. I'm just assuming that this is the original coolant from 1999. May not be. It looks fine. I don't see any signs of rust or anything like that in there. So I think everything's all good. But just cheap insurance. Yeah, might as well do it. Alrighty, coolant's drained, so we will go in with one bottle of this, and then I'll fill the bottle up with water. I'll just alternate between a bottle of water and a bottle of antifreeze until it's full. Yeah, let's just start it. Oh, okay, there you have it. So it takes just about 5 gallons, a little less. I did my math wrong. I thought it was going to take, said about twice that much. So, oh well, that's cool. A whole bunch of extra coolant. Alrighty, cool. Well, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.